Greetings, fellow gamers, and today I thought it'd be interesting if we explored two ways to play Crokinole solo. This is a great way to practice Crokinole. It's vastly more interesting than just doing drills, setting up the pucks, and just randomly popping them off. This gives it more of a gamify feel to it, something you need to beat. So our first game is designed by a guy named Mark Harding. You could find it on Board Game Geek. It's a print and play game, so therefore it's free, and it's called Ready 5. So if you go to Board Game Geek and under Crokinole, under Files, you should see Ready 5. But the game we're going to start with is a commercially available game called Crokinole Cards, designed by Coulter Hahn, and you can find this on Amazon and any place that sells fine Crokinole products. So let's go ahead and start with Crokinole Cards. All right, so this is Crokinole Cards, and the way Crokinole Cards works is you're going to have a deck of cards. Now, the first thing you have to do is pull out your reference card. We're going to keep that to the side, and this is this purple card here called Saving Grace. Basically, only add this card if to your deck if you lost the last level. Once you succeed, remove this card again. So we're just going to go ahead and remove that card, and you'll see how it all works. So the idea is you're supposed to start at beginner mode, which is using 5 discs, and then you're going to shoot against level 1, level 2, and level 3. Once you beat all 3 of those levels, you go down to 4 discs, which is the normal mode, and you beat at level 1, 2, 3, level 1, 2, and 3. And then you play on hard mode, which is 3 discs, and you're supposed to play against all these levels. This is beginner level, 5 discs. So all you do on your first turn is you're just going to take these cards. There's a ton of cards, and you're going to deal 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. So on these cards we have found, they look like this, and you're player 1. So this is where I'm sitting, facing this way. And you're supposed to place the disc, or the puck, as I call it, on that coordinate. So let's go ahead and do that for all 4 of these cards. Now I'm going to go ahead and shoot. So what is the win condition? You beat the level, I should say, if you can wipe out all enemy or opponent's pucks, and with your remaining shots, which however many you have left, you shoot for the center hole, and if you get it, you shut the door and win. Now the lose condition is after you shoot your last puck, if there are 4 or more discs on the board, then you have lost. So let's go ahead and play. So let me try and knock that guy out there and try to bang it in the hole. If you end up doing a legal 20, so by hitting your opponent's disc and getting in the 20, you get to reshoot with the same disc. If you sink it without touching your opponent's 20, just like in real Crokinole, your turn automatically ends and you go and draw more cards. If it's your last disc, you have to draw 1 more card in the next round. So anyway, let's start playing and you'll see how it all works. All right, so I'm going to go for that guy and try and bank him in there. Okay, that didn't quite work. You're also allowed to remove your disc if you want. It's optional. So I definitely have to get rid of some pucks here. So I'm going to go after this guy. I'm going to do a Karam shot like this. It worked, but not in the way I intended. So let me get rid of this guy down. I think this is Hogan's Alley or this is Hogan's Alley, but either way, I'm just going to go with this more difficult shot. That worked. All right, got 2 pucks left. Oops, kind of fanned on that shot. And now I'm going to go down Hogan's Alley, try to get rid of this guy. Hey, double whammy, look at that. Okay, so now I've wiped everything off. If I had any more pucks left, I could have shot for the middle and try to beat the level. However, I have no more pucks left. So let me go ahead and collect my pucks. And now what you do is, using the level reference card, go ahead and roll a dice. And we've rolled a 3. And according to the card, at level 1, we have to draw 2 more cards. So we draw 1, 2. Oh, and by the way, the other loss condition that I forgot to mention, the lose condition, also if you run out of cards. I think I forgot to mention that, so I'll just mention that now. All right, this should be simple. Right down Hogan's Alley. All right, there's 1. There's 2. So now I could shut the door. I got 3 discs left, so I could shut the door and try to beat level 1. Nope. Let me go ahead and remove that guy. Like I said, removing the discs, damn, is optional. Oh, almost. So yeah, removing the discs is optional. You could keep them on if that's the way you want to play. So let's see. Playing at level 1. Oh, I rolled a 6, and that calls for drawing 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try to bank this guy in. Didn't quite work. So you always want to try and bank your shots in. I don't know if I mentioned that. Let's see if I could do, I'm gonna do a Karam shot. See if I could take out both of these guys. Not quite. Oh, can't believe I missed that. All right, well, I got no more pucks left, so we got to go and roll 4, and according to the card, I have to draw 2 cards. So 1, ooh, a delay. We got a special card. 2. So that guy goes there. I only have 1 puck. And the delay card says you lose the game if any disc goes into the 20 hole next round. All right, if you can see that. All right, so during the course of this round, if any disc, including the opponent's disc, goes into the hole, we lose the game. So we can't go for an open 20. So we can't even attempt to shut the door. So that ends that. All right, let's go ahead and roll the dice. And it's a 1, so we only draw 1 card. And it's a puck that goes in on the edge of the house. And this should be simple. Let me go ahead and bang that guy out. That guy's out, he hit my hand. So now I got 4 attempts to end level 1. Bup, bup. Let's go. Nope, too weak. You know what I should have done? I should have just practiced flicking before doing this video, because this is kind of embarrassing. Almost got it there. Now again, it is optional. I could leave that guy there and just go for the hanging 20, which would pretty much almost guarantee me getting into the hole, but I'm not going to do that. I want to practice just getting open 20s in. Oh my goodness. All right. It's a 2, so I just draw 1 card. And we have a pole hugger. Goes right about there. All right, let's go ahead and bang this guy off. Let me see if I can't bang it into the hole right here. Not quite. Oh, it's not out. It has to be touching the line. Regular Crokinole rules apply. So there we go. All right, now I got 3 shots. Oh, I should really get rid of this card off the table. So now I got 3 shots to end level 1. Oh, that was sad. Oh, I keep hitting that pole. Maybe I should move to the side here. Hey, there we go. So level 1 is beat. So now I would move on to level 2, play it against that with 5 discs. level 3 with 5 discs, and once I beat that, you go down to 4 discs, and then eventually do the same thing all the way down to 3 discs. So that is Crokinole Cards. And the cards, again, look like that. There's plenty of cards. There are some specialty cards. I'll let you, like these orange cards here, I'll let you discover those. So yeah, it's a great little fun game. So yeah, better way to practice Crokinole than just doing drills. All right, so up next, let's play some Ready 5. Okay, so here is Ready 5. Like I said, this is a print and play game that you could find on Board Game Geek under Crokinole. And under Files, you'll see Ready 5. Now, the original cards are black and white. There you'll also find the manual on how to play. Someone else made an RAF themed deck, which was really cool, but I just found it hard to read. So I just designed my own, which you could also find under Files, and it's called Alternate Cards. So Ready 5 turns your Crokinole board into a radar screen. And these enemies are going to hop onto your radar screen, and they're trying to make their way either by you knocking it in by accident, or by themselves making their way to the center hole. If that happens, you lose the game. The only way to beat the game is to wipe the board of enemy planes and not have any of these things here, which are called sweep cards, left. So right when you run out of these cards and there's no enemies, that's how you win the game. So let's go ahead and set it up, and let's play a game of Ready 5. Did I call it Radar 5? No. Anyway, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take these double-sided cards here. These are your runway or your aircraft carrier cards. Really doesn't matter. All right, just put them to the side, and on each circle, you populate them with your discs. In my case, it's going to be these green discs. Let me just finish populating these. Up next is we have this one card. It's called a Ready 5 card. Instructions are on the back. By the way, this game is designed by Mark Harding. There's a little bit of credit there for him. So anyway, you take this card and you put it off to the side. These act as reserve planes. You'll see how that works in a second. Next, we're going to take our phases card, our reference card, which has phases on your turn phase, what you do on your turn on one side, and your upgrades on the other. Put that aside. Next, we're going to take our sweep cards. These are the cards that are going to spawn enemies. Let's give it a quick shuffle. By the way, I printed these. I was going to print them in 100-pound stock, but Staples couldn't do double-sided because the file I made is prepped for double-sided printing. So I just printed on 65-pound paper and glued them together with a little glue stick, and then sleeved them in these clear dragon sleeves. So makes it easy for shuffling. Anyway, so just take these cards and put them off to the side. Next, we're going to take these cards here, and these are called event cards. These are bad. You don't like them. And we're just going to put those off to the side. And then finally, we're going to take our upgrade cards. These are good. And we're going to shuffle these. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create an offering. And I'm just going to put them right here. So 1, 2, 3, right? So you could pick from any one of these cards. I would describe what each card does, but right now you'd have no clue on what they do anyway, so it's kind of pointless. So anyway, I'm going to put those off to the side. So now we're ready to play. So the first thing we do is we draw a sweep card, and we have found a combat spread at 3 o'clock. Enemies are coming in. So we go ahead and place our enemy discs on these coordinates. So there's one at 6 o'clock, one at 3 o'clock, and then one all the way up at 12 o'clock. So, what we do is we're going to go ahead and discard this card. Now, when you discard cards in Ready 5, you have to make 2 piles, a left and a right. Now, this card doesn't really matter because it's our first card that is pulled. But if you look at the other cards, which we'll get to, there's going to be these symbols at the bottom corner. So we'll just keep an eye out for that, and we'll just continue playing for now. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and discard that. And now, if we go to our phases, so we did the radar sweep phase, draw a sweep card, place discs, and check for events. So we did that. Now we're on the second part, which is the dogfight phase. Flick up to 2 discs onto the board. So if we go to runway here, you can see they're divided into 2s. So I'm allowed to flick up to 2 discs. So here's the important thing to understand about Ready 5. All Crokinole rules pretty much apply except for one. In Crokinole, if there's no opponent discs on the board, you're allowed to shoot for an open 20, right? And in this game, when you get an open 20, you actually get an upgrade, which is what you want. An open 20 in Ready 5 is pretty much just the middle region and the inner region, or the house as we refer to it in Crokinole. So if these 2 regions are blank, you can shoot for an open 20, but it's up to you. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna go for an open 20. I mean, I could, let's see what happens. So I'm gonna go for this guy right here. I'm gonna try and bank him in to the center hole. All right, that didn't work. So now I could still shoot for a 20 at this point. I could go for an upgrade, but that guy's pretty easy to hit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit him. And luckily my plane, or my puck, stayed on the board. So there's my 2 shots. So this is where the Ready 5 card comes in. These are kind of like reserve planes. I could use them right now because you're only allowed to shoot up to 2 discs. But if you have any Ready 5 card discs on the Ready 5 card, you could shoot those. I'm not gonna bother, there's only one guy on. So what I'm gonna do is, we're gonna move on to the next phase. So I flicked my 2 discs onto the board. So now I'm on the maneuvers phase. Resolve intimidations and recall any discs on the board if desired. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and recall this guy. I'm gonna leave that guy on the board, and you're gonna see why. It involves something called intimidation. So now we're on the final phase, which is advanced enemy discs 1 region towards the hole. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and advance any enemies that are left on the board, and they just fly straight towards the hole from region to region. All right, so that's it. So our first turn is done. So what we do now is pull another sweep card, and we have found a fingertip at 12 o'clock. And as you'll notice right here in the bottom corner, there's this half of an alarm bell. And this is where we're gonna discard on one side. So if the alarm bell is on the left side, you discard on the right side. So we're gonna have 2 discard piles. So the alarm bell is on the left, so I have to discard on the right. So we have to go ahead and place discs in these coordinates, which is a fingertip at 12 o'clock, all right? So now we're on the dogfight phase, so I get to flick up to 2 discs. So what am I gonna do here? So I can't go for a 20, I can't go for an upgrade because there's someone in the middle region. So therefore I have to hit an opponent's disc. So I could go for that guy. I think I'm gonna try and hit that guy. And I missed, and my plane crashed into the ocean. So now I'm down a plane. That's bad. Let me try that again. I think this is called Hogan's Alley, or this is called Hogan's Alley. I'm just gonna refer to it as Hogan's Alley. Anyway, that's just a Crokinole term. And there we go. Oh, nice. Look at that. I took out 3 discs in 1 shot. So just like in Crokinole, anything touching the line is considered out. All right. So now we're on the maneuvers phase again. Resolve any intimidations. Now I can't intimidate anyone yet because I just can't. And now I can recall a disc. I'm gonna go ahead and recall this disc. So I'm down 1 fighter, which is not good. So this guy now advances because we're on the advance enemy phase. I'll just print it on the screen instead of holding up the card all the time. So now I draw another sweep card. And now we have 2 bells at the bottom. So this card is going to trigger an event. But first thing we have to do is, this is a sortie at 3 o'clock. So we just take one of our enemy discs. We bring some enemies down here. Roughly put it in where it's supposed to go. And now we have formed an event. So now when we put these cards together, you can see that it forms this bell and it says event. So that means we draw an event card. So now we can fully discard these cards. So these cards are now fully gone from the game. And this event card, as you can see, is called Evasive Maneuvers. And it says, move all enemy discs in the center and middle regions next to the nearest free peg in line with the center hole. So that would be this guy right here. So he's gonna go in line to the center hole. I'm assuming that's what that means, right? Another thing is you'll notice that there's this little cog in the corner, which works exactly like the bell. The difference is if you form a cog, you actually get to pick an upgrade action. Now, ignore this text up top here. I've updated this file to Board Game Geek. I don't know if they updated it yet, but this was me misunderstanding the rules when I originally made these cards. So just ignore that. You just basically choose one, okay? So anyway, we have to put this to the side, and the cog is on the right-hand side, so I have to put it on the left-hand side of my discard pile. And now I get to flick up to 2 discs. All right, so I think I got to get rid of this guy because on the next turn, he's going to hop into the hole. So let me try and get rid of him. Okay, that was kind of dangerous. So what I'm going to do now, I can't hit him from here. If I hit him from here, I run the risk of, chucking him into the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go hit my own disc. Hopefully that touches him, because just like in Crokinole, if I shoot and don't make contact with him, this puck is gone. If I make contact with him and he doesn't make contact with him or the enemy disc, they're both gone, right? Same thing goes for when you go for the open 20, by the way. It's all same Crokinole rules. If it doesn't make it into the house, it's eliminated from the board. So if I hit him this way, hopefully he'll make contact. All right, so let's see what happens. And I missed. So I really have no choice but to use one of my Ready 5 guys because I flicked up 2 discs onto the board. So let's try that again. This time, let's not try to be so bad. Okay, so he didn't make contact. That is horrible. So these 2 are gone. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to use my last Ready 5 disc. This is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. Okay, I guess I got to hit him from here. That might keep him in the circle. Okay, I'm going to hit him from here. Here we go. I'm going to do a Karam. Should I do a Karam shot? I'm going to do a Karam technique here. Nice. Oh, and I almost got him in. Oh, that's great. So now he's touching this line. So the way I play it, I think there's this rule that when they advance, they go from this line to this line. But the way I play it is this puck is considered in this region now. So when it advances, it's just both of these pucks are just going to go here. Okay. So what do I do here? Well, I'm going to go ahead. We're on the, what phase are we on? We're on the maneuvers phase. So I'm going to go ahead and recall this guy because I've lost 4 discs already. I don't have any more in my Ready 5 pile, so that's bad already. So this guy advances up and so does this guy. So they're just going to go side by side because they're in the same coordinates. So we pull a card. And we have another combat spread at 9 o'clock. Now the cool thing is there are no bell symbols on here. So if I did have bell symbols, I could use this card to cover one of them to slow down the drawing of the events. But I don't have anything in my discard pile, so I could just throw this card away. It's permanently out of the game. And let's go ahead and resolve that combat spread at 9 o'clock. One here, one there, one there. Okay, this is getting hairy now. So I'm going to take my 2 discs. Now I only have 2 discs left. I have no more Ready 5 cards. So, yeah, I'm going to try and get rid of these guys. Oh my God, that is bad. Okay, let's try that again. Wow. That is horrible. All right, so I lost a plane, but I did eliminate these 2. That was a huge moment. So hopefully, I don't know, man. I think I can get better. I have not won this game. Can you tell? I'm usually better at this, but I didn't warm up by flicking discs on the board, which I normally do. All right, let's see what we get now. So now we have a double bogey at 10 and 4 o'clock. So let's go ahead and resolve that. 4 o'clock and 10 o'clock. All right. And this has a bell, so it goes on the left-hand side. Okay, so I got to flick up to 2 discs. I got 3 guys coming in. I don't have any more Ready 5 cards. So let's go ahead and just get rid of this guy. Hopefully I could keep these on the board. All right, that's not too bad. And let me try and get rid of this guy. I'm going to do a Karam shot. Here we go. Oh, that stings. Wow. Yeah, I really should have practiced. This is kind of embarrassing. Okay, anyway. So now we're on the, I could recall. So I guess I'm going to recall this guy. Now these 2 bad boys come in. Wow, I'm pretty bad. Okay, so now we draw another sweep card. This is a stealth bomber at 9 o'clock. And guess what we have? We have formed a bell. So let me put the stealth bomber at 9 o'clock. Oh boy. Okay, so I got these 2 guys. Oh, I got to draw the event card. Choose 1. Let me show you up here. This is Gremlins. Choose 1. Lose 1 Ready 5 disc, which I don't have. 2 friendly discs from your runway, which I do have, or 3 friendly discs from the board. Well, looks like I have no choice, but I gotta lose the last 2 discs I have in my runway. They're gone. That's a brutal card. But look at this. It forms an upgrade. Oops, dropped the card. Forms an upgrade. So I do get an upgrade card. So these are gone and these are gone. So I get my upgrade. So what do I want to do here? So the upgrades are recover 2 friendly discs from your gutter to your runway. I can load 1 friendly disc from the gutter, board, or runway to my Ready 5 card, or place the disc within the center. That's if it fell into the center. I could do this. I could place it in the inner region and recover a disc from the gutter, or draw an upgrade card. So let's take a look at our upgrade cards. So our first card is, all right, let's see if we can read that. Okay, after intimidating an enemy on this turn, you may choose to not recall friendly discs. So I'm going to go over what recall does because I haven't performed one yet. Up to 3 times this turn, choose an enemy disc, and as long as you hit it, you may recall and shoot that disc again. I think I'm going to take that one. And this one says, if an enemy disc reaches the center hole, discard this card and the enemy disc instead of losing the game. That one's pretty good too. I think I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to try to go with that one. So now we replenish it with a new card, the offering, and it says choose to ignore an event after the event is revealed. All right, so that's our 3rd upgrade. All right, I got 2 discs left, and I get to shoot up to 3 times. As long as they make contact, I can recall this guy. And I'm assuming he can't crash. I'm just going to go with that. All right, let's go ahead and knock this guy out. And I get to do this 3 times, yes? Okay, that's good. So I get to recall this. I'm going to try and hit this guy, and hopefully this guy falls in. Let's see if I can do that. Wow, I've been playing like crap today. That's awesome. I did hit him, so now I could hit him again. But the problem is he's in the region. So I still got another puck that I can shoot after this one because right now I'm using Padlocked, which is the upgrade. Let me see if I can't hit him down Hogan's Alley. Oh, that's kind of... You know what? Maybe I could hit him here. I'm going to go with another Karam shot. Here we go. Flicking like this. That's what a Karam shot is. And I missed. Okay. All right. I'm going to go down Hogan's Alley. I got to practice my Karam shots. Hogan's Alley. I did it. Awesome. Okay. The problem is I got no more discs left. And we are in... what phase are we in? We're in the maneuvers phase. So let me explain what intimidation is. So for example, we have one region here, one region there, one region there, and another here. And then this is considered one region, and this is considered another region. If, for example, this guy's touching the line, so he's considered to be in this region. If I had 2 discs in this region, I could recall my discs and get him off the board. I could gutter him. All right, so that's what intimidation is. So if there was one red puck here, I could recall these 2 and eliminate a threat. So that's how intimidations work. So this upgrade card is done. So I can just get rid of that. So now I got to recall these 2 because these are my last 2 cards. All right, so now we draw an event, and it's a stealth bomber at 3 o'clock. And it does have a bell icon on the bottom right. So this guy goes here. Oh, wait a second. Oops, sorry. I forgot to advance. Sorry. We're on the, we went through the maneuvers and recall phase. So now we have to advance the enemy. So this guy was touching the line, right? I moved him by accident. We'll just assume he's touching the line. So this guy comes in, because they are considered in this region. However, these guys are in the middle region, so they come right in. So I got to deal with those guys like right away. So we got our bomber on. Oh no, sorry. Now we have to place our stealth bomber at 3 o'clock, which is, I'm assuming, him. So anyway, I got 2 shots left. This is getting hairy. So if I could bank this in, I could recall a couple of guys, or I could take a card. All right, let's try it. Please don't hit a peg. Nice. Oh, and he flies off the board. I'm down to my last puck. So let's go ahead and... All right. Well, that was fine, I guess. So now this guy's considered in this region. I'm going to go ahead and recall this guy. So now it's enemy advance phase. So this guy moves in because he's now considered in this region. But look at this. These guys just go straight in. 1, 2, 3. Halfway to the hole from the line, the way they entered. So anyway, they could be touching. I got 1 disc left. My only hope is to hit this and pop it in there. So let's see. Am I going to do it? I'm going with the Karam shot. I don't care. Here we go. Win or lose. Ooh. All right. Well, at least I kept them in there. And unfortunately, I got no more discs to shoot. And now we're on the recall phase. So I'm going to go ahead and recall this guy. And now it's on the enemy advance phase, and this guy moves, because he's considered in this region, moves here. This guy moves in, and guess what this guy does? He moves into the hole. So we have lost the game because of my horrible, horrible skills. But anyway, that is Ready 5. It's a fantastic game. It is totally worth crafting the cards. You don't have to, go all fancy like I did. You could just print them out in paper form and just try it out. But I assure you, you will want to keep this as like a game and craft the cards yourself. So anyway, that is it for Ready 5. That's it for this video. Crokinole Cards and Ready 5. Both fantastic games. And I should reiterate, which I didn't mention at the top, which I should have, you don't need a fancy, expensive Crokinole board. Like this is a tournament-sized Crokinole board from Crokinole Canada. I think Tracy boards make them for Crokinole Canada. So you don't need a fancy board like this. You could use one of those 3-in-1s. Not a big deal. It works identical. You can have fun with it. But it is a fun game. I love Ready 5. I love Crokinole Cards too. It's simpler. But again, these cards are mainly, these games I should say, are mainly just for practicing Crokinole in a more gamified manner. So anyway, I hope you liked the video. And yeah, if you have a Crokinole board, definitely give these games a shot. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.